Christmas Kermie is here because today we're going to do a game featuring the Muppets, and that game is Pigs in Space, starring Miss Piggy for your Atari 2600. Let's go ahead and take Pigs in Space, pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Pigs in Space was published by Atari and carries a copyright year of 1983. It is based on the popular sketch from The Muppet Show, which at the time of the game's release was no longer airing new episodes, but was enjoying success as reruns aired in syndication. According to the back of the box, Pigs in Space is Muppet madness for all ages, and a game that boldly wallows where no game has wallowed before. Pigs in Space is a collection of 3 games in one cartridge for 1 or 2 players alternating with only one mode of difficulty. Each of the 3 games was programmed by a different programmer, and the game allows you to choose which game you want to play at any time. So if you want to play the same game over and over, you can. You select the game by picking one of the characters from the Muppet Show sketch. Picking the first character, Link Hogthrob, will start Invaders, a Space Invaders clone. It was programmed by Bill Aspromonte, who also made the great version of Stargate for the 2600, which I reviewed in episode 258. In Invaders, you move Link right and left and press the button to fire a Link sausage at the chickens while avoiding their eggs, which will somehow transform Link into a chicken, costing you a life if they hit you. Gonzo, the leader of the chickens, also shows up from time to time. Shooting him gets you 300 points. Shooting chickens varies in points depending on which row the chickens are in, anywhere from 10 to 100 points per chicken. You also get 1,000 points for clearing the screen of all the chickens, at which point you will return to the game selection screen. Picking the second character, Miss Piggy, will send you to Posteroids. This was programmed by Rob Zadibble, who also programmed Real Sports Football, which I reviewed in episode 143. In Posteroids, you must use a joystick to guide Miss Piggy through a storm of spaghetti and meatballs, and reach the Swine Trek spaceship before it leaves, costing you a life. You could karate chop meatballs from the side by pressing the button for 100 points each, but this is not necessary to complete the round. Once you touch the spaceship, you get 1,000 points and return to the game selection screen. Picking the third character, Dr. Strangepork, will send you to the vertically scrolling space shooter Escape from the Planet of the Gonzoids. This was programmed by John Russell, who also programmed Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes for the 2600. Escape from the Planet of the Gonzoids takes place in an abandoned pizza mine. Here you move your ship with a joystick and fire a boomerang that goes straight up and then arcs back down to the left or right depending on which way you were last moving before firing. You can use your boomerang to destroy the robot Gonzoids on the level for 100 points each, but you need to be careful as your shots can destroy your own ship if they hit you while falling back down. The Gonzoids can also cost you life if they hit you with one of the pizzas they shoot at you. You can also lose a life by touching the walls of the mine with the Swine Trek spaceship. You get 1 point for every mile you travel and 1,000 points if you reach the end of the mine, at which point you will return to the game selection screen. You start the game with 5 lives and can earn an extra life every 10,000 points when your difficulty switches in the B position. If you pass a game and play the same game over and over again, the difficulty is supposed to increase. However, in Escape from the Planet of the Gonzoids, it seems the game simply alternates between fast shooting and slow shooting Gonzoids, so there were times when playing the game again actually got easier. Graphically speaking, I thought the game looked pretty good, with Invaders looking incredible with the well-made characters and the amazing transformation of Link into a chicken. However, the sounds in the game, while not bad, weren't anything special. The game being targeted to kids is naturally family friendly, but it did come off as a bit disturbing that Link is supposed to be shooting sausages in Invaders. Are those pork sausages? If so, that might explain why there were only 3 crew members on the ship. And the fact that Miss Piggy is made out of one single color almost makes it appear that she got locked out of the spaceship without her uniform. How embarrassing. At the time I researched on eBay, loose copies were going for $10 to $13, including shipping. So what did I think of Pigs in Space? Well, let me start by saying that even though the title says it stars Miss Piggy, in this game she feels like just one of the 3 characters. They were definitely trying to capitalize on her popularity at the time. Now, the game was targeting kids, but it seems to be targeting older kids and not preschool kids like the Sesame Street games. Chicken Invaders and Postoroids are both pretty simple games to begin with, and the difficulty does not ramp up that quickly for them, but they are still both enjoyable. However, I found Escape from Planet of the Gonzoids to be a pretty difficult game to start with. The first few times I played with it, I was not able to complete a level before losing all of my lives. And if I was having trouble with this game, I could imagine a young child getting very frustrated with it. But after a while, I was able to get used to the controls and get through several levels of it. Overall, even though this game is targeted to kids, I found this to be one of my favorite collection of minigames on the 2600, especially Chicken Invaders. This is one of those games I could definitely see myself playing again. So where am I going to rank Pigs in Space? Well, I'm looking somewhere in the mid-30s. I would rather play another round of Ghostbusters at 34, which could be fun if you actually know how to play the game, but I will put it over the enjoyable Dark Chambers at 35. So out of the 109 games I've now ranked on the 2600, Pigs in Space is beaming into the 35 position. Pigs in Space is a fun collection of games on the 2600. So what do you think of the game? Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to click the like and subscribe buttons. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/NoSoRGamer for more information. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. You can find more retro podcasts and videos at theretrojunkies.com. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, and if you happen to be a chicken, watch out for pigs shooting sausages at you.